Almost had it seamless. My neighbor decided to crank the music here. So I'm probably not going to be able to use this live stream. But it's been almost 2 months. And I really didn't feel like dragging out this computer. I haven't had a hell of a time getting it going. There we go. All better now. Good morning, David, Lorelai. I don't know if people that turn, it'll be 2 o'clock in the morning, they'll turn the freaking radio on. But it's like a competition here. You have yours on, they'll hear you, they'll listen to your music, and they'll find what you have on. I think I've got everything good. Almost had it perfect today. I forgot to mute the YouTube, and then I forgot to turn on the camera. Yeah. Had to go to my. Which one is it? I had to go to my extra phone I bought because I dropped the other one several times, but this time I went, man. I mean, it was on its way out anyway, but when you try to get things transferred, always gets a little excited, you know. You want to get a couple of main things on there, important things I should say. And there she is, Miss Gasper, still in Saudi Arabia. Every day I said I was going to turn this thing on, I never did. Finally, yesterday, I got over that retirement mode. It's nice to be back here. Very nice. Exception of a dog or a rooster at 3 a.m. It's nice. The weather's like I'd like it right off the bat. Gets me out of bed. I get the sound effects going right on time.
Yeah, where's the roosters?
My wife's cousin, her mother was putting them up here for a little while. There was a birthday party the other day, and fucking dog was like 3 a.m., man, nonstop. I'm like, damn, woke me up. But I guess they were
Hello?
wasted. Huh? What's up? Should be on there, right?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay,
Good
just put my
morning, right?
earplugs in.
Yeah, right on cue.
Sounds like a
I get,
busy evening. Busy morning.
yeah, it's, right on cue, They got to crank the music right away, and the kids are effing with the dogs. But like I was saying the other day, hey, Craig, yeah, I got coffee too, huh? They went to the party. The little girl, goddaughter of mine, Zia, and they came home wasted, I guess. So the freaking dog barked from 3 a.m. to 6, nonstop.
Huh,
You think they would get tired of it?
right,
Of course, puppies here are cute. Once they're done being a puppy, most people have nothing to do with them.
right.
But when I get my what do you call it? Here's my
Hey,
engineers.
Christian.
Yeah, my engineers finally showed up. I had a hell of a time. I would have come on, a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, but my studio got shipped to the wrong address. So,
So what was your date of arrival?
oh man, what was it? April?
First week of April, right? Oh, it was
Yeah,
Holy Week, so it was right before Easter. Yeah,
yeah, it was like the Thursday before Easter. I left on the 4th. I
yeah.
think I got. Did I
Right,
get
right.
here on the? Or I got here on the 5th, something like that.
Probably.
Yeah,
So a month and a half you've been there.
yeah, man. I mean, that time I just really, I've even forgotten how to put a video on here off my GoPro, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to it. I could have that movie maker, then I can watch it before I put it up, without affecting anything.
So
And
this is on your laptop right now, right?
yeah, this is on my
Good.
left. When I go home next year for my son's wedding, my oldest son, I'll get another one of these Lenovo. Can't if you want to get it here, you're gonna pay even for yeah, what's that version you got, Christian? I forget. Acer or something else. It's like 3 times the cost of back home,
Really?
and you're
That's
shipping it.
stupid. You'd think it'd be cheaper because it's right next to China, you know?
Yeah, well, the guy at the post office, and it seems to be the same guy, no matter whether it's me or my son dropping stuff off. And you say, "Oh, electronics are cheap there." I'm thinking, no, they're not, man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm ordering from. I use Shopee. I got a sister-in-law and her husband. They deliver for them, too. So I know where I'm going to get it from, who I'm going to get it from, and they ship it from Singapore. You know, and now I can order certain things from Amazon back home without being dramatically, a price increase, dramatic price increase. So I have yet to do that yet. I haven't. I haven't.
Well, we're gonna have to buy a new one. Our son's starting college in the fall, so
Well,
gonna get
Acer,
him a new
Acer,
one.
Acer's a cheap, a good one. And what's that one I got for you, Christian? I forget. I got it. Morning, David. What's that thing, man? I forget. Oh, Acer, but yeah, I know Lenovo. That's why I'm holding out till I go back home and probably get the last one I'll ever own.
Hmm.
It'll probably outlast me. Hopefully not, but those are reasonable. I think we got that. I think we got that from Amazon. I think it was. Is it over by you at $400, Christian? Something like that. Something like that. So I figured, I'm going home one trip. All I'm doing is carrying my carry-on. Yeah. So I got I finally got around to setting up the studio here. It's a pretty time involved thing, but the other times I do these things, I'll be doing them in my evening, like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. It'll be your
So
morning. I
are you
mean, for you,
upstairs?
yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
it hot up there?
not yet. Oh man,
Oh,
last night we had a beautiful breeze. Probably kicked in from Australia, starting winter down there or something. Antarctic, oh, it was just freaking beautiful, man. But a day of hot in the wood here. A little bit of tremor yesterday, but there's a fan. I forget what they're called. They're made in China, but these things are like they sound like they're gonna fall apart, man. Right there. It's a good fan though. But they don't make them with a very long extension cord anymore. So you end up you can only hang it a certain distance from the outlet. But I guess it's got a little flick switch there. I mean, sure you could open that up and splice, hook something else
oh
up.
yeah.
So what's
You can
going
use.
on with the watch channel there, David?
Oh, sorry. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, that
Oh,
guy right.
same old here, man. Just keep doing my thing, We've been goofing off a lot, a lot lately. Been doing a little
So
traveling, you know.
you've been doing videos though from tell everybody that don't know where you've been.
Where have I been?
Yeah, I mean, where have you visited? You visited
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you freaking doofus. What the boy? I try to give him the best. I get the best segue ever, man. He just
How would I know where I've been? I just
yeah,
bought.
yeah. What
Oh,
happened?
we went up into Missouri and checked out one of the drive-through caves, or the only drive-through cave in America.
Yeah,
And we're getting ready to head to Mississippi here real soon. And I've been dropping a lot of watch videos just because
yeah,
they're easy and I can just schedule them
yeah.
and drop them and keep
Mm-hmm.
active. So that's why I've been dropping so many watch videos, is because it's kind of like a
Well,
placeholder.
yeah, right. Yeah,
And
that's your interest, your hobby, whatever.
yeah, it's become a pretty fun little hobby. I've learned a lot, believe it or not, and I picked up some new ones for my own personal collection.
Mm.
And I have my eye on a couple others for my personal collection. So,
Does,
but other than that, it's all good, man.
does Timex still make a watch or no?
They do, and I actually have two of them, my two Timexes on my short list of actually watches I want to purchase.
That was like the first. I've hardly had a watch, but that was my first one. I thought it was cool because the markings lit up at night, indigo or whatever,
Then you
something like that.
go, well, here's a funny story, and I've told this before. Is when Laura and I first got married, her sister's a school teacher, and since Lorelai was new in America, she just had to have a Timex watch, an Indigo, one that she could teach school with, and all this bull crap.
Yeah.
Well, we go and buy it. I get it home, open up the box, and guess what it says? Made in the Philippines. So
Yeah, I got
watch from the Philippines to America, from America back to the Philippines.
I
So,
got I got a T-shirt once. I bought it. there's a Harley dealership in San Francisco down by the Fisherman's Wharf and Taylor. I forget what it was called, but the shirt was made in Waukesha, Wisconsin, which is like
Yeah,
15 minutes away from where I was. But you can only buy those shirts at the dealership. So
yeah.
but
I just thought that was humorous. But
mm,
other than that, we've been doing some fishing. We just, it's warm. Today it's cold and rainy, so I'm back at the house. Otherwise, we'd be out kind of running around doing stuff. But
Hey,
yeah,
yeah, I
Tony.
saw that.
doing anything real special.
Tony, where's Appleton, Wisconsin? Was that near you?
That's about 20 minutes south of Green Bay.
They grow
South
apples.
of Green Bay.
That's about it's south. It's south. A little crooked
Because I get
line there.
these, I go to Aldi's and I get this meat. It's packaged salami and it says Appleton
Yeah.
Farms and it's from Appleton.
Ah,
Good
They
salami.
we got quite of. It's quite. I don't understand it because you go east there's the lake, but Appleton and Green Bay are huge distributorships. Canned goods, meats, and all that.
well, the funny thing is that that he brings up Aldi's. A lot of people. I don't shop at Aldi's.
I
But a
have.
lot of people say that Aldi has a lot of very good, unique products that are really, really good and worth the money. So,
Well, the thing with Aldi's that people don't understand is they don't always carry the same item.
uh,
We were at Rose and I were at one, and this poor girl at the cashier, she had a flu, man. I mean, and this guy comes up there and he's just ripping her, man. He's like, "Hey, you don't have any more of that chicken you had last, this and that." And she's like, "I'm sorry, sir, this and that." But certain items they don't carry, they don't keep in stock. They buy a ton of it and then they sell it. It might be a while before it comes back.
is Aldi's a German or Swiss or?
I have no idea, man. Sounds maybe
I wonder what they're from.
could be Germany. I don't know.
I know when my grandparents were alive, they loved Aldi's.
Nah, man. I mean, it's okay. I mean, but like I said, if you want a certain brand and you're counting on a certain brand of meat, maybe chicken, they'll when they run out, they run out, and there's no telling when they'll have some more back.
It kind of sounds like the Philippines, you know?
When you're on a
Yeah.
low budget, it's a good place to buy.
Is it?
You gotta bag your own shit and you gotta have your own this
Well,
and
at
that.
Walmart, you got to bag your own shit now.
Yeah, but it's fun bagging that stuff.
At Walmart,
Yeah.
you're on drugs.
I mean, you know what? But at Walmart, I don't have somebody standing in the back of me with a ton of shit ready to bag their stuff. I don't know.
I hate Walmart. Maybe I'll start going to Aldi's because I get really sick of shopping at Walmart.
You do well the way they treat people.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
Hello
I
there,
mean,
Chris. How are you?
every time I went there by the one up the city from where I was, it was right on the border of where I was before, and I spent a lot of money there. Every time I went in there, I'd look at the movies and stuff, and they'd always be watching me. And I'm like, what the heck? It was open 24 hours a day before COVID thing, and I'm thinking,
like a criminal, man.
I never did.
Criminal face.
I never did go up there. And then once I moved to another city, I went to you have two nearby. And I told the lady once, I said, you know what? This place makes me feel like a freaking thief, man. I don't like that. I went in there once. I went in there I went in there a couple times where I shoot right out to the lawn garden because I wanna get my shit and get out of there. So, hey Craig. So the kid comes running after. He comes running out to the outdoor stuff. I'm
Good
the
night,
only one
mate.
there. And then he another time I go to the to get some copier ink. There's nobody in electronics. Nobody. So I'm looking around. Okay, I got my stuff, And all of a sudden they start what they got like 4 employees, like ready to tackle me if I run out of the store with this shit. I didn't say anything either, but I felt like giving them a piece of my mind because I think the way they do shit. I understand people steal stuff people have been stealing stuff since the beginning of time, but I go in there quite often, and they ought to know by what I buy and how much I buy. I'm making way more than these folks ever will in their life.
And what's
Well,
that
you
buzzing
ever,
noise? Was that some Australian insect?
yes.
That's a buzzing sound. Yeah, I was worried about that because it wasn't very loud when I
If
tested.
you want to go to a place where they have unhappy workers and miserable people, just go to Walmart.
Well, these ones were all like, this old man had a cart once, and a dolly cart. He had a it might have been a TV or something on there. So he's outside the door, and this employee, this one guy comes walking into work. I think he was going. Oh, sir, did you pay for that? The guy was like, "Oh, fuck," he started. He was like, "Of course I paid for it."
Well, we've talked about picking on Walmart before about how they're changing the way they do things. And what a lot of people don't know is in the next 20 years, there's going to be a whole lot
What
more
happened?
Walmart stores and
Yeah.
there's going to be a whole lot more Sam's Clubs because if it's a private food club like Sam's or Costco's, which by the way, we're building a new Costco's right here,
Yeah.
then they can inspect your cart, check your cart, and do all these things because you pay to be a member. Walmart gets so much flack because they're attacking people and assaulting people and racially
Yeah.
profiling people because everybody's a thief at Walmart. So
I don't know about they nab me and I'm not black, so
well, that's what I mean. But
I mean what's happening here or not here, but and back where I'm from, there is closing. They're closing all of them. They're in predominantly with black
yeah,
neighborhoods. They're just getting thieved so much that they can't stand it anymore. So they shut it down. And some people shop the grocery one, so it's affecting the good people. The bad people are affecting the ones. So now they got forever to go to one, and when they do that, then they bring those issues with them.
well, but then again, maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe if Walmart will close its stores in inner cities, then maybe the small mom and pop stores will pop back up and help it stimulate the local economy and service their community a little bit.
Well, good luck with the small business loans to bring it back the way it was when we were kids. But they got to a point where they were locking up the baby formula because
Walmart's starting to lock everything up now. They've actually got private stores where everything's under a case.
when I
And
went in there
eventually,
one-
Walmart's going to become a vending machine. It's going to be a giant vending machine. If you want to buy something, you swipe your card and it dispenses it and gives it to you at the time.
for
Yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna get a couple items at one time, and I got some copier ink, and I had a cart with me, and so this lady goes, "Oh, you got a shopping cart just to buy that?" I'm like, "You're in fucking business, man." I'm being nice. Even my bank, I go whenever I draw a large sum of cash, they would go, "Oh, are we buying a car?" No, we ain't buying a freaking car. None of your goddamn business what I'm doing with it.
I just tell them I'm buying drugs. No, I'm getting drugs. But thanks.
Why don't you just
Who cares about Walmart? What's going on in the Philippines? Tell us.
the guys?
Give us an
the guys-
update, man. Come on, give us the update about the Philippines.
What's new down there, Craig? Is your temperature starting to get cold?
My microphone's still buzzing. Yeah, it's freezing today.
Freezing this morning?
It's like 13 degrees Celsius outside and pissing down rain all night.
I can't hear you that good.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
cold and
You
rainy.
know what? I gotta thank you for sending that Antarctic wind up this way last night because it was perfect up here.
So
It
my
was
mind
good.
is playing up as well.
It was good sleeping. So the first time you come back and over, oh man, probably 2.5 months.
You're looking good. You look like you're pretty happy.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I checked my blood
Hey,
pressure
Craig.
even
Craig,
after
no
even
lying
after,
on this stream.
No what?
I said you're not allowed to lie on this stream.
Why?
What about
Lying.
Billy?
Nah, he looks good to me. I've got sunnies on. I can't really see, but you know.
Yeah, that's. You got your Ray Charles glasses on. That's why you can't see.
Nah, he looks thinner in the face.
He does. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to, make him feel good about himself.
what's that?
Maybe it's
Feel that
thinner in the
nighttime.
brain.
What did you say?
You look thinner in the face. Must be
Oh,
all
that's
curricular.
that's probably because I don't have the other food I used to eat here.
You get a little puffy.
Kind of a
Yeah, there's
malnutrition.
no
kind of
pizza and Mountain Dew there.
well, they got one, and it's pretty decent. They hand toss the thing in front of you. It's as close as they could probably get to what we have up there. I mean, they pass off the pepperoni. Believe it's probably salami, but once in a while is okay with that stuff. And the
Where
sauce
was
is the
that at?
close.
Where'd you find that?
It's in Butuan. It's a new one called Sean's. The Sean spelled Sean. However you spell Sean, the different way, not the SHAW. Was that SEA or SAEN or something? And it's over on by Gaisano on, I think, on Montelia Boulevard.
Like Chris
It's
Carter.
it's a slight notch above Greenwich, which
Yeah,
Greenwich
anything
is,
that's a reasonable facsimile would be a great improvement.
yeah. Greenwich is like Little Caesars by us, and this one I don't know. I have yet to find out or get the direct answer to is why don't you use pizza tomato paste? But this one had the closest taste to it. So
Because there's no Italianis in the Filipinas.
man, you know what?
Italians went to teach them how to cook Italian food.
Yeah, there you go. My problem was when I got back home last time, I was wolfing that down every
Wow,
day.
me too. The first month I was back, I ate more
So my
pizza than I done in my life.
my blood pressure and all that shit wasn't good, So. Chris here lives in Butuan. Chris Gay, yeah, Callie, is that it is? She lives in Butuan. So does what's her name? Yenny.
Callier. Callier means street.
Saying what?
Street. Callier.
Oh,
I think that's 2 L's. That's why a street dog's called an askal.
well, I'm sure a lot of people don't come on here with the true name anyway.
Because dog is what, David? You know what dog is in Philippines?
Yeah, Pascal or
Pick up.
something like that.
Asa.
Cow.
Aso, yeah.
But I took
Callier. So it's a street dog is askal.
I took my blood pressure when I the other day. Even though I drink the caffeine I do with the coffee, usually it's just 2 cups a day, sometimes 3. It was pretty good, and I know the wrist thing is off a little, so I know how to gauge it. So I know what to add to it because it's not accurate like the machine that I got coming. The shit I
Did you
shipped.
measure your heart rate anymore?
Yeah, that one
on
was
a daily basis.
pretty much. I haven't done it. Well, I haven't been true to that lately, but it's been around on my wrist deal. It's been around 61, which means it's probably 79 or 80 on on the good machine. So I got that coming yet. I don't know if it's shipped yet.
Well, the real question for you is, do you feel better?
Oh yeah, man.
There you go.
I don't even when I take it and I look at it and I'm thinking, man, does that make that big of a difference? You know?
State of mind means a lot.
Yeah, there's the big guy, Big Mateo.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Now we got a bad habit of the children not coming here. You guys gotta go down there. These people are in America and one guy's in Australia. Yeah.
Hello?
The guy
Hey,
that witness
¿cómo está?
protection program. He's
Yeah.
from you're from Luzon, right?
What letter's that? What letter's that?
He's a cousin of Rose. Rose's cousin's son. He's from her mother's side of the family up there in the Manila area.
Yeah.
Full house, huh?
Don't even think about throwing anything around
Hey.
this.
Just tell the kid I'm too ugly to be on with all these good-looking guys.
Yeah, they got their limit when I'm here, so that's,
All right.
we can't have any more. Otherwise, it just won't work. But I look at it like this, Kiko. That could be a form of birth control, keep you from having any more kids than you do.
There you go.
I mean,
That's
if you're
right.
not,
I
if
took
you're not-
care of that years ago. Years.
if you're not attractive to most people, then you got it made. They won't,
There you go.
Yeah.
I can tell you, if I was the, I'd probably had 20 kids, no doubt.
I stopped at 7.
That song they play at weddings, Hokey Pokey, and that's what it's all about.
I stopped at 0. So
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, I made up for you.
you
Okay.
did.
Greg, what'd you say?
Probably Craig too. So
I appreciate that effort from you gentlemen. It warms
And
my
believe
heart.
me, it
Yeah,
wasn't any effort.
Here's the question though, David. Have you been sticking to your improving your health? Until
Absolutely.
okay, great.
I guess.
Well, man. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to exercise a little bit, trying to watch the diet a tiny bit. Lorelai's working on hers. She,
Well, do that apple cider vinegar, man. You'll be that'll help. I mean, I don't think that the food you do eat is very. Is that heart healthy or is it probably not? I don't know.
God, you couldn't get me to drink freaking vinegar. You
Drink
couldn't
what?
vinegar. You just couldn't do it.
No, apple
yeah.
cider vinegar is different.
Yeah, I need to. I quit doing that. I need to start again. 3 times a day or something like that, right? Every 3
Yeah,
meals.
I do it too, but honestly, I haven't done it since
I'd rather
I got
eat
it.
this ink pen than drink vinegar.
I
Can
got
you
a
even?
ton of
Can you
pot.
get it there?
Yeah, you can get it there. Matter of fact, my bulk buying boxes are packed with it. I've been lazy to use that since I got here. So.
David, you're complaining about cold. It was like 38 degrees yesterday morning here. 38,
Wow.
which is probably about what, 3 or 4 Celsius? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
And that's the
this
middle
time
of May.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been in the 90s here. I got it. Feels like 105 kind of thing.
Yeah, we're
I
getting
must
down
have
to
cut my
the
grass like 3 or 4 times already this year. So.
Yeah, I've done mine 6 times.
Well, once I have the house done, I'll be able to roam the lot.
Well, I take that back. My lawn guy comes to mow it. I can't mow. But
Hey, for you guys, I told Kiko this. For you guys that don't know, I got 545 square meters. So we're out there a couple days ago because we got a surveyor coming, and then in the last couple of weeks, I was like, I was getting a lot of flack. Well, why are you doing that? You already checked it 3 times. Well, because I want to check. That's why.
because I don't trust anybody.
Because I own it. You know what I mean? For my peace of mind. Anyway, it costs $7 7,000 pesos. The father-in-law is there,
How many
you know,
pesos?
and father-in-law decides maybe we ought to burn a little bit of this. Man, he lit that shit. It was like a California wildfire, man. Oh man, it almost got my house, and it almost got the guy with the nicest house there. You know, I didn't know what to do, man. I assumed he knew what he was doing.
That's the first mistake.
But
Assume.
when it's your second time effing up like that, it
I'm
tells me we find this out after the fact.
man.
So I took I threw my sticks down because I ain't beating no grass. I got the hell out of there. I'm sitting on the road, and but one thing it did tell me, it told me how many people live in that area because they were all out there watching the fire. The volunteer fire department is very timely, I gotta say. But
That's
They
good.
didn't bring any meat on the stick to cook while the fire was
nah,
going on.
man, and I thought all I could think of was where are the workers that are going to be building my house stay if this house burns down?
They,
You know,
they saw the fire and they asked, "Where's the lechon?"
yeah. I told them, I'm going to have them staying in there while they're there because my wife's uncle's going to bring them down from Aboga, about an hour and a half away. So that was very eventful, you know. So
You
she
said
had to go
500.
talk. She
Say
had to go talk
500.
to the barangay captain. Huh?
Did you say 500 square meters for 7,000 pesos?
545. I bought that. I
7,000
bought that
pesos.
for. I bought that 9 years ago for 8 or 9 years ago for 306,000
Nice.
Did you ever
pesos.
get your
306.
So with the paperwork and all that, because people don't include. I mean, you got to include the paperwork. It's all the surveying and all that shit. I think I spent a total of 7 grand with everything. With all the
Ah,
stuff, everything
7 grand
included.
US.
do you
Yeah,
have all
just
your
like
paperwork now, Tony? Do you have it all? Do you have it all figured out?
it's all. Yeah, we got. I brought some with me, so
Is it a
uh,
square property?
they said 545 square meters, but it
No.
doesn't look like it to me because the
Hey,
the length looks longer than the width.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go buy myself a freaking tape measure, and I think when it comes in square feet, that's like 136 or 133 or something like that. So the architect is. We went and met him, and we talked a little bit with him, and he said, "Well, next time you come by, we'll start." Because I said a 3 meter by 2.50 meters is a small room. I said I want to be able to walk around the beds.
Yeah. Is it
So I said I
is
want
it
I want I want mine to be 4 meters all the way around, and the kids' bedroom can be. Now my brother-in-law is building a house, so I saw a bedroom that's 4 meters by 3, and it's a good that's a good size for him. You can walk both sides of the bed.
so are you right? Do you have a road front in front of your property?
Yeah, but it's all overgrown now.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be a road that runs the front of mine from one road to the other. It's supposed to make it like an H. But
Yeah.
because no,
Do you have neighbors that have a fence or anything up on the edges of your property or
not on mine,
no?
no.
Are you
So
going to
that's
put something up, a
I'm gonna
wall
put a
or
brick.
something
I'm gonna put a wall, a concrete wall, a hollow block wall.
around the entire property?
Yeah, that's gonna cost about 5 grand, I think.
yeah,
Wow.
it'd be worth
Well, we
doing.
got to order. We just had the money changed. I mean, we found different sources to go to, but
Yeah, I did the math. That's about 24 meters by 24 meters. But you
what
said it's not square, so
the lot? Well, it's we bought 545 square meters, so I based it on square meters, so it's like 133, I think.
And you can add square meters, but not a square parcel. So
Yeah.
Well,
right.
usually, well, by us it's different, but the way they do things here is another matter, But the way they look at stuff, and I was telling my mother-in-law, I said, this doesn't look like it's even on all sides. The back and the front look, the width looks a lot longer than it does the sides, the height.
But you paid a surveyor and they put those cement things down, right, in the
Yeah,
ground. Okay.
the thing was it's already been done like 2 times, and I guess by what my wife tells me that it was done by one of the carpenters that she's used over here, and I'm going to use over there.
Did they tell you what the price was per meter for your wall? You said it's a 6-foot wall you're putting.
2,000 blocks, 2,000 hollow blocks.
well, that's not
What
bad.
this is the way
For the
things
entire
are
circumference of the property.
No, yeah. This is what's going to
Wow,
happen.
that's
This the way it's going to happen here. You don't need a permit to put an outline, a block. Only when you start stacking up. So they're going to have rebar, round bar they call it, and they're going to have, and we're going to do the outline of the whole lot. And then there's a fixed number already on the sand. What is that? 4,200. 10 dumps or some shit like that. It's going to cost $777 for the sand, and they'll come in and dump it and doze it, and pack it down. So after that's happening, soon as we get the copy of the survey, because the carpenter that did it, he was off a little bit, which would have meant if I would have built that wall according to what he said it was, I might have a few problems with some, even when it comes to a couple of inches, So that's why I do what I do, for peace of mind, and it makes me feel good,
Business is business, buddy.
Yeah, because people would want to try to get some money off the foreigner if it's incorrect.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're encroaching on their property.
I got a call from a gentleman a couple hours ago that actually was needing some advice, and we're going to help them because they're moving to the Philippines with their dog, a service animal. And I got talking to him, and he's in a real estate issue. They bought property, but they're having a paper issue. And I told him, like you and I have talked, we've all talked, you better do your due diligence and get that paperwork and stay on whoever that rep is that's supposed to have your paperwork, and you better double check it, triple check it, and quadruple check it.
Well, I got a question for all you mathematicians here. Now they said at 545 square meter, and then we bought it for, I think the land without the paperwork is 6,000 or 6,500. How much per square meter is it?
Oh, hang on.
6,500.
Yeah.
Divided by 545.
Yeah.
It's 11.92.
So I spent 11.92 peso per square meter. Is that what you're saying? Or is that 11?
No. Dollars. You said you spent $6,500.
Yeah, but I'm going by pesos here. 306,000 pesos divided 545 square meters.
All right, 306 divided by 545. 561 pesos per square meter.
561. That's pretty cheap too.
Yeah. That's just for the land. So.
Hey, you know what they want for 100 square meter now?
No.
100,000.
Well, it all depends location. So.
Well, that's on a road.
Big deal.
But,
yeah, I don't remember what we paid for ours. We bought land in a subdivision.
What I'm gonna do, depending on what the costs look like, I'm gonna see if one of those. I'm in the middle of both these guys that have a corner, road access, corner lots. Mine's in the middle. I'm gonna see if one of them wants to sell one, but I'm not gonna spend $6,000 on it. Maybe I think the other lot's a little smaller than mine. I think one of those is. Shit, I don't even know what 150 or something like that. but we'll see.
150 square meters.
Yeah, my lot's a big.
Jeez.
My lot's one of the biggest ones there. Another one, oh, the other one is 555. That's the other one. But
And what they want for
that's
that, you know?
what they bought it for. I have no idea. They were selling it when the guy divvied up the land. The taxes were, believe it or not, the taxes were what I said they were. I think I told you.
$9.
Nah, it was more like $7 or so. 41 peso.
Is that for years back too, or just for
That's
1 year?
that's for 11 years.
Wow.
because it was owned agriculture.
No wonder the infrastructure stinks.
It was agricultural.
They don't make any
So-
money in tax money.
Yeah. So I don't even know how they come up with the 41, man. I mean, how do they gauge that, man? It's don't even. You know what I learned? I learned to don't ask. Now I'm gonna tell everybody that in the background that's listening, or anyone here that's gonna travel. This is the situation. I learned something. I gain knowledge every year I come here. So last year, when I came here this year, I learned from the weight. 20 kilo check because you might have a turboprop or a smaller 320 or something. So in the past, I've been overweight with the luggage, so I'm real conscious about 7 kilos carry on, and what do you call it? Check. 44 pounds is like what is that? Okay, I forget.
Just over 20 kilos.
20 kilo, yeah, 20. 20 is the limit. So I thought to myself, okay, I got this down. I got my check at 20.5. I have this digital scale. It's perfect. It worked. And I go, oh, the guy goes, sorry, sir, you're over it. I said, no problem. I'm thinking a half a kilo. It cost me a couple freaking dime. I don't know. So he says, no, sir, you're allowed 10. I said, young man, 10 kilos is like a pair of underwear and a couple t-shirts. I said, why is it different if I stay inside the airport? I'm good with the 20. But if I come from outside like I did because I spent 3 days there, it's 10. Explain that to me. He didn't even know. Nobody knew. I mean,
Because it's a domestic flight, not a connecting flight.
well, but still. And I said, oh yeah, they're within the same flight. Oh, I asked my boss, and he said this would be on the same paper if it were. But I said, tell me, man, because inquiry minds want to know. How do you only get 10 versus 20?
Sorry, Paul. Me no understand. Sorry, Paul.
And what he did was he goes and talks to his boss. It was 3,500 peso, which I mean, for me, I'm on vacation. That's $100 bucks, $120, something like that. So he comes back and he says, I got that lowered to 2,000, $40. Okay. I was gonna say, and I said to him, I didn't mean to sound like a nagging, ragging American, but I mean, come on, that's so blatantly stupid. It boggles your mind, And the thing I learned was, don't try to figure this shit out because you ain't gonna figure it out.
What if it was 3,500? How do you get it down to 2?
Who knows?
What regulation allows
You
you
get
to
It
drop
was
it
Hey.
to 1,500? You know,
It was all bullshit.
right on the spot.
I was under the impression once I left school I wasn't gonna have to use my brain too much anymore, but
Make some money.
I'm like, okay, well, he went out. He was real hospitable and everything, even though I started getting kind of uppity up about it. I said, well, here, keep that 1,000. So this other lady, it was right because they just had a problem with thievery, people thieving bags, workers there. A Taiwan guy, he went.
You know what? I think if you if you'd have just given that 1,000 right up front, he would have just let you go through
Well, he was
without
I
the
don't
argument.
he was young, and I think he was fairly new because there was people sitting around that were listening. And when I tried, when I had the 1,000, I pushed the bill
They all want their
towards
cut.
him. I pushed I pushed the bill towards him, and the lady must have heard me. He pushed it back. So I don't want to get nobody. I just thought, well, you went out of your way for me. But listen to me, everybody. Don't try, man. Don't ask why. Why is a bad question here. You know that I have learned not to ask too much about the pizza. Why don't you use genuine tomato paste and pizza sauce here? What's the problem, man? I mean, you used to do it back in 2011 or
And
2012.
why don't you have these kind of glasses, right?
Oh yeah,
Frame.
well
Lenses.
I got gas permeable contact lenses, and I asked the optometrist, and I asked this other. I went in a couple of different ones. My optometrist was beside himself. He goes, "What do you mean you can't? Sure they are. They got this. They got to have that." I said, "You don't know this place, man." I said, "Do you carry gas permeable hardly?" No, sir. Where can I get them? I don't know. You know, I'll call the office in Manila. Well, forget that shit, because if you can't get an answer standing in front of somebody, but I've let that go. I've learned to let that part go. You know, and then they challenged me with a new test with the luggage weight. So now I'm a world freaking traveler now, man. Because I told the guy, I told the guy through the travel agency, I said, you know, you list the luggage. You're allowed to carry 70 pounds in there on Philippine Airlines, but once you get to Manila, if you're going to another island, it's different. You're gonna get fined. Now, I figured maybe before, because the turboprops, you can't carry as much weight as you can the jet. You know, they don't use those turboprops. I know that.
Tony, it's a
Hey,
good
man,
thing
how are you?
it's a good thing you stay inside all day, or your days will be filled with frustration
Well,
and your daily encounters.
I've learned a little. Well, look, when I'm out and about, I'm like whatever. I have yet to try to take a trike ride, and the guy charged me more than 10 pesos. Yeah, but what I'm going to kindly tell him is, um, they pay 10, I pay 10. Or you know, you don't want to ruffle too many feathers.
Hey, I just spent $345 for my doggy's medical yearly visit. So there you go.
300 and
45. So put
how
that.
old your dog? How old is the dog you spent it on?
It's 2 dogs, 6 and 7.
So I'll get about 12, 13 years out of them, little guys.
That kind of money would be better.
K's out of them and then take them back.
You probably spend $1,000 or better on the dogs every year each.
Well, I learned, so now I know that even though I'm older with a back issue, whether I like it or not, I'm going to have to stay in the airport for 8 hours, maximum 8 hours. You know, I mean, just before I thought I knew everything I had to know, but they keep throwing me a curve, man.
You're getting wise, my
The
friend.
rules change all the time.
Oh my brother! Oh my God! But I
Hello, Nanette.
like, in my quest for superior knowledge, you know, I said, but explain to me, why is it that way? You only allow locals a certain weight, or what? What, that plane is not going to know where that bag's been outside the airport.
Tony, cut that person a break. They probably make like $6 to $8 a day.
Correct.
All right, they don't need to put
Who?
up with your stuff. They don't make
For
the
who?
rules.
For who?
The workers.
I ain't saying about the workers. I'm just trying
We
to.
don't want to shoot the messenger, you know.
Yeah, I want to know. I wanted to know okay, I get this overage. I've been there before, but not that great of an overage. So why is it that way?
Because you're white. Hello, you're a
I
traveler
mean,
without money.
that
Hello.
suitcase, they're not going to know that suitcase left the airport. That plane isn't going to feel any differently about that bag.
But they can charge you, so they do. It's a hustle.
Yeah, I guess. So okay, so you know, I let it.
Well,
Maybe you just look gullible.
Yeah.
but
Well,
look,
I went down to another desk and I asked it.
No, you
I
look
had
rich and gullible.
I had some other business to do, and I asked this guy. I said, I bet you get a lot of complaining Americans around here, huh? And the guy starts laughing.
but it's that thing like us, Anthony. Look, our Ben's a great guy. We trust him with the world, but he knows that not that we're rich or anything, but he knows that we take very good care of our dogs. So trust me, he makes good money off of us because he knows that we can pay the bill.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking behind closed doors when they're doing stuff, they're probably going. If you could only have an audio on there, they'd probably be going, "Just sit still, you little fucking bastard."
I would probably think, give me my cut. I only got 10 pesos out of that 1,000 pesos. Wait a minute, buddy. That's not right.
Well, you know what? I'm waiting for the first lawsuit of a person that their dog gets cussed at. And since we're in that day and age now where everything offends everything.
Yeah, you need to put a GoPro on your dogs while they're getting examined.
Yeah. Let him swallow this microphone that he can shit out later.
What we thought was funny with our dogs was everybody was scared shitless of our dogs. They wouldn't. They acted so terrified of our little wiener dogs. It was unbelievable.
Craig,
they're
how
little
do you
angels.
do that without? Is that a green screen behind you, or just your wall?
Just my wall.
Wow, you're really out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the Milky Way?
I think he's on the Starship Enterprise.
You know who should have that background?
That's
Is
photo
Gary.
I could find.
Hey, Nanette has a channel. You guys can sing on there if you like to. She does
Hi, Gary. How you doing?
Gary's here? No way.
No, but he's always lurking.
Yeah, I forgot how to. I forgot.
Independence Day, Chris.
Well, you can see how many's watching, right, Tony?
Yeah, 4.
Or watching.
I can also tell who's in the background.
I better give you a thumbs up while you're thinking.
I want to go over to YouTube.
What are you having for breakfast, simply? And I'm
You can-
hungry. I didn't have
Yeah, what's for breakfast?
got
Scrambled eggs as usual.
had a quick shower.
Craig's got a space.
We can't hear you,
Next-
Craig.
You can't hear
Your
it.
audio is very low.
Speaking of swallowing microphones, man.
Because he's out in space.
Yeah, it's taken a few light years for your audio to get to us.
Yeah.
Issues, the bloody internet.
Craig bought a ticket with Starlink. Oh, okay.
Elon Musk's new CEO.
Yeah, they're buddies now.
That's what I have for breakfast every morning.
There you go, man. Like loosening up your turds, you know.
That's it?
Yeah, sometimes a banana or a little thing of
That
yogurt.
fiber and all that stuff in there.
Oh,
That's
that keeps you regular.
It has 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar only, 24
I
minerals.
know you missed an A, Viking. I know it.
It costs like 10 grand a pack. I know. I drank those before.
I drink one. I've been drinking them for
Swim
years.
fast, that's
I
the
like the chocolate ones.
I like the coffee flavored one.
Oh, gag me. That'd be almost like drinking iced coffee.
Yeah, pretty much. I wish it had more caffeine though.
Yeah. That's what you need.
I could use more of a joint in the morning. Get up and moving. I moved in a grooving. You
Yeah,
know,
we were watching Mike when he drinks that coffee. That really, Tony, really energizes him.
Yeah. Man, he's able to lift his head off the table.
Almost.
Almost.
Viking, they taste like sheep.
Is that supposed to be an SHIT kind of thing there, Christian?
Yeah.
He's being polite.
I actually really like them, to be honest. I actually quite enjoy them. We're going to go deep sea fishing next week. Going to go offshore. We're going to go inshore and offshore fishing.
Isn't that where you went with that when you caught that little
No, we were just out at the
goldfish? The little goldfish you caught?
Where are you going? The Mississippi coast?
Yes.
Biloxi, Gulfport?
Pascagoula.
An area called Bay St. Louis.
Bay St. Louis.
Yeah. I
That's
spent a
near,
lot of time at that Air Force base down there in
New
Biloxi.
Orleans.
Oh,
Keesler Air Force Base.
okay.
Spent
Yeah,
months
we're gonna-
and months and months.
We're going to go down and Airbnb it with some friends and eat some seafood. Well, Lorelai can't eat seafood anymore, so I'm going to eat it
Is
all.
this David? Is this a package deal you got or what?
No, we
Wait.
just booked an Airbnb.
She can't eat it anymore?
No, she's on cholesterol medicine currently, so she.
Yeah, that's from eating all that freaking pig.
Seafood has cholesterol?
Yeah, apparently shrimp and crab. They recommend if you have high cholesterol not to eat those.
Oh, I thought it was just like the breading on the shrimp that was bad.
No.
You
Oh.
eat crab.
But we're going to go down and go fish a lot and sightsee and I don't know what all there is to see down there, but you know.
Yeah, you got to drop about 20 down there, man. 'Cause you'll be sweating your ass off for sure.
It won't be that bad. It's just Mississippi.
Oh yeah, man. Golly,
It's only 8 hours south of us.
freaking swamp.
When my wife and daughters went to Hawaii, they said, "Yeah, we swam with the sharks." I said, well, "That was real bright."
You should have said you should have stayed out there longer. Uh-oh. First crying kid of the day. I wonder who that could be.
We rented a little.
At least it made the dog stop barking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of longing for the dog barking now.
So we're renting an Airbnb that backs up to it.
Sounds like my kid, kind of. It kind of confused me now.
Your internet
Just one-
froze.
Well, if
What
he doesn't.
happened?
Huh?
David, you froze up there. We didn't hear you said your internet's back up to something.
We're
Yeah, I
gonna
mean
go-
your Airbnb is right next to something.
Yeah, we rented one that's right next to a canal. It's on a canal. So we have a boat dock and stuff in our backyard on the Airbnb. So we're gonna go fish, and do more fishing.
You in one of those houses that are on stilts?
Yeah.
That's called Mosquito City.
Yep. We're gonna fry those mosquitoes up and eat them in stew.
Oh my god. Well, it sounds nice. Sounds nice.
Are you
Well,
going to
see,
use anything to try to keep the mosquitoes off here? Or?
Oh yeah.
You chartering a boat or where you get the rod and reel and all that stuff? Because they gotta have that heavier pound test.
What we're going to do is we're going to charter an inshore boat that will have all the stuff you need. And then we're going to do a lot of fishing in the backyard, and then we're going to go to the pier and do a little fishing, stuff like that. But we are going to take a one day and charter a boat to go inshore. We're not going deep sea. We're going to go inshore fishing this trip and try to catch a bunch of like speckled trout and other things.
You want some of the only advice I can give you about fishing?
Yeah.
If you catch something bigger than you, let go of the pole.
Uh-oh.
If it's bigger than you.
Is his volume gone? You hear him?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You can't hear me now?
I think I would keep it.
There you go.
I've caught some pretty big fish in my life. But we're gonna the girls want to eat
Yeah,
fish, so we're gonna catch
I've
fish.
seen the pictures.
Yeah, got some good fish. Yeah. Someday I'd like to catch it like a 400-pound grouper. You know, can you hear me?
Yeah, well, that would be a beast.
Can you hear me? Yes. Hello.
Now, Craig, you
Wow.
gotta like feedback,
That's
kind of
that
like
outer space
it's kind of like you're talking.
radio
Now
emissions.
you got a razor underneath your throat. And you talk electric razor.
Sounds like Tony's fan.
Yeah,
I think Bay St. Louis is about what 2 hours from Biloxi. Would that be about right?
No,
No.
no. Bay St. Louis. I thought that was on the back bay. I'm thinking of Ocean Springs.
well, that's not right in the opening there, man.
Yeah.
It's close to New Orleans.
Yeah, I think it's
Bay St. Louis is close to New Orleans.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's about 2 hours to New Orleans or 2 hours to Biloxi. I think it's kind of right in the middle of those two areas.
Okay, yeah.
There's some
I don't
advice
because
from Viking.
from what I
Craig.
remember, I think Biloxi to New Orleans you could get there in 2 hours, but I don't know. It's been a long time. So.
I'll have to look that up now. I'm curious.
Yeah, let me look at the map on my phone.
You lived there, man. You were there forever. How come you don't remember?
Well, I didn't get out much. I was stuck on an Air Force base learning. I was in technical school.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they had it rough. Those Air Force guys,
Yeah, really rough.
Girl Scouts.
Humping every day to the Airmen's Club.
They had McGuire Air Force Base right next to Dick's, where I was.
Let's
Every
see.
day those guys would be saying, man, I wish I would have joined the Air Force.
Yeah, it's Biloxi is to the east. You go to Bay St. Louis.
Okay, I see. Yeah,
You see
it's
it?
on the west side of Gulf.
Of Gulfport, right?
That mixed up with Ocean Springs. Ocean Springs is
that's
just
a little
across
off.
the bridge from Biloxi.
Oh yeah, it's
Biloxi is
on
kind of like on a peninsula.
I've
Yeah.
seen TV shows on PBS from Ocean Springs.
Hey, remember that guy? Remember Combat Craig? He was in D'Iberville, which is just north of Biloxi. See that Highway 110? Straight
Mhm.
north out of Biloxi. There's a guy who used to always get on the live streams named Craig. His name was Craig also.
Oh,
Craig Jacobs, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And he lives in D'Iberville. And he's got a Filipino wife. Yeah.
So did you ever make it to Gulfport then?
Oh, yeah.
Is there
I
anything
saw-
to do in Gulfport?
They used to have a thing called Gulf Coast Coliseum, and I saw Eddie Murphy live there when he was doing his Eddie Murphy Raw tour way back in the day. Hey,
So is
Craig,
Gulfport a good sized city?
What about now?
there,
good.
you're perfect.
Is that better?
What did you change? You came back from the spaceship.
Yeah, I did. No,
You undocked.
I undocked the headphones and just using the mic on the computer.
Yeah, okay.
So now you can hear all the background noise. So, yeah,
My wife's
Really?
allergic to it.
there you go. That's good. I don't know why. It's
See,
driving
Christian
me
can
nuts.
hear you all the way in Norway. You're perfect.
Yeah, I see. Did you grab any of those girls with the flags, Christian? Sorry.
Gear sent out some Facebook pictures of the northern lights up there. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Norway just, Christian, what, a day or two ago, you just had your national anniversary there?
Yeah.
They got a vehicle made by Isuzu that have a color called Norwegian Blue.
I'll have to buy a new one, Christian, because I'm trying to
Oh,
borrow
blue.
the kids and they're all Bluetooth shit, so I'll have to buy a new one sometime. Anyway, it's working now, so that's good.
So you said,
Yeah.
Craig, you said it was getting nippy down there by you now?
Yeah, it's only, I don't know, it's only going to be like 14 degrees maximum. I reckon when I went out before, it was like 10. And it's been pissing down for 2 days.
Well, you are heading into your winter time, right? So,
Yeah, that's right. It'll be
That's why I
officially-
said what I said.
10 days or whatever. So, yeah. It's a bit of a pain in the ass because I got half the backyard dug up. I'm putting some garden beds in. I've got one in and the other 2 spaces dug out. I got to put 8 in, but I'm doing 3 initially. So for 2 days, I haven't been able to do anything. But anyway, as long as they're finished by spring, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cold. But it's 23 in the house, so it's all right.
Do you get any snow where you're at?
About 70 clicks from me. If I go out the back way, up the backside of Mount Baw, there's snow there, but that's sort of the lowest snow mountain range resort in Victoria. So go there once a year or something.
The northern part always hot?
Sorry.
Is the northern part of Australia always hot?
Yeah,
Well,
pretty
Darwin.
much from Brisbane upwards is like, yeah, Asia, tropical, wet and dry season, shit like that, you know. Pretty much Darwin's always 34.
Darwin's like Malaysia, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Even North Queensland and yeah. But way down south we get, you know, we might get ice. I think last winter I had to wash ice off the car maybe 4 or 5 times. That was about it. So.
Oh.
But
How about Tasmania?
Yeah, colder still. Yeah. More snow in Tasmania. That was the first place I ever saw snow when I was in Tasmania.
I think Australia, I think of heat.
Yeah. No, it's all right. It's, you know.
Just to visit?
Eat in the
How many
red
times
desert.
have you been there?
Sorry?
How many times have you been to Tasmania? Just once?
Twice. Yeah.
Oh, twice.
Once when I was about 10 or 11 years old, I was in a basketball team and went to some championship over there, and that was got billeted out onto someone, you know, go stay with people on their farm.
Yeah.
And, well, I woke up one morning, there was snow in the paddock. That's the first time I'd seen snow up Devonport, northern part of Tassie. And then I went back probably, I don't know, haven't been there for 30 years probably. But it's a beautiful place. It's, I think a phenomenal percent, maybe 40%. Or I don't know. I'm only guessing, but a huge percent of the state is national parks and natural wildlife. So
Yeah.
another
The
50
pictures
years,
do look incredible.
probably be one of the best places to live in 50 years, but that won't worry me.
I got one of my friends back home talking to one of my sister-in-laws here.
Yeah, you should take it
You're
through.
playing matchmaker.
Yeah.
Congrats on your subs, Tony. What happened? You didn't put anything up and you went through the roof. Maybe that's
Man. I went to 600 there for a couple of days, and then I was going to say, Gary, it takes a lot of hard work to get that up there.
You're at 1,000, right, man?
But 1,010 or 1,008, I don't know.
Must be Gary's influence. He's a man. Of the
What do
world.
I need? What do I need now? All I need is watch hours.
4,000 in a 12-month period.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, and maintain that too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit.
But you can get there with live streams. A lot of people just do all, you know,
Well, Michael does.
so.
I've seen a live stream a couple of weeks back from Michael, and it went sort of really famous on a lot of other channels around with
Yeah.
the spoush that's going on in Bahol and stuff. He got mentioned a
Oh.
lot on the channel.
Oh, that guy, the other Aussie that got on there.
Yeah, the old Jeffrey. Yes.
What happened? I must have missed something since I've been gone.
I know Jeff just commented on one of Michael McFarlane's live streams because someone came in and made comments, and then I was watching him and he made a video about it or whatever. And I'm thinking, that's cool from there. So it was just for like 3 or 4 or 5 days. It's sort of
Back
You
and
know,
forth.
Oh,
yeah,
did you say Jeff made a video about it?
yeah. Or we made comments, video, whatever. Because I watch Jeffrey a bit because I like the drama. You know, it's a bit like a soap opera, really, isn't it? You know. But,
Yeah. He came
Yeah.
on to Michael's and he was real nice, and and then he held up 1,300 Aussie dollars. And
Yeah,
he
that's
said,
right.
Michael, I want to give this to you. Just answer a question.
That was a couple of days after he beat the other guy.
What was his question?
He had the
His question, he wanted Michael to give up the information of who the other guy was from Australia, what his name was, what his real name and his information. And Michael's like, no. So technically, Michael answered his question because he said no.
Yeah.
So the guy still didn't give him his money, right?
So who is this guy that you're talking about? What's his name?
Craig knows it more.
Jeffrey May, but his channel's name's A Foreigner Telling the Truth in the Philippines.
Yeah, well, he needs another one of them.
Yeah, but it was, I remember that, Kiko, because he had like 1,300 Australians, like, because he was offering 50,000 peso, whatever.
Right.
He's the drama queen, is what he is.
And then when Michael didn't do it, then the guy just turned like Jekyll and Hyde,
Yes.
and he started bad mouthing Michael, and then this other Aussie, or not Aussie, he's a Brit and living in Australia. He's calling him every name in the book, you know, and finally he got off. The other guy that came up, to confront him, and then this, what's his name, Jeff? He dropped off of the live stream.
Yeah,
he didn't want to stay on it.
I just found it interesting that everyone was talking about Michael's live stream for like 3 or 4 days. You know?
Well, that's good though. You know?
Yeah, Michael got famous for a little while there.
Yeah, that's right. It just pricked my ears up when I, you know.
I know this guy. I know this guy that talks drunk. Go check him out.
Well, Jeffrey's no better. I mean, to be honest, I think he's a.
That guy, that Indian dude that does the raw facts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I call it raw sewage, but this Indian, never shows himself. He's always like, "Oh, the cops are closing in." This e-bagger shit, and I'm thinking to myself, doesn't this guy come from a country where their gross natural product is fucking people out of millions of dollars a year? Maybe he had to go crusade over there, man. There's some serious money. That's not talking about some foreigner that makes $200 off a super chat.
Who are you talking about, Tony?
That the raw facts guy. He's Indian, from India.
Oh.
And his countrymen sit there and bilk people out of millions of dollars a year. So shouldn't he go? Isn't that more important than whether you give somebody $200?
But that's the only way they can have a channel. That's the only way they can be anything is to badmouth other people.
Fucking pathetic, man.
Yeah, it is all pathetic. It's drama that's not worth, like Vikings said. Nobody.
See what I haven't missed in almost 2 months, man. I'm out of mind, out of sight.
I call them keyboard warriors because people like that, if you confronted them one-on-one, face-to-face, they would run and hide and cry like little bitches. So they're weakened. They're keyboard warriors is what they are.
You probably got fucked with in high school or something.
I don't know what their point is. What they're trying to, they're trying to say, look
to
how
be a
important
prick,
I am.
man. Just to have power. Be bigger than you.
I know what his point is. He sent him 27,000 pesos and for one thing, and then it didn't evolve, and he said, "Well, I want it back," and then whatever he said 3 times, he tried to send it back, but each time he left something off the thing. So and then in the end, he told him to kick rocks. So he's had his nose out of joint ever since that day. 27,000 to him and 75,000 to another guy who he agreed to pay for pigs, and then when the time was up, he never paid, and then.
Was he expecting to get this money back?
Not when he initially sent it. No, he sent it for a solar system to help him out with the solar system.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to do it anymore.
Are you talking about the guy from Boho?
Yeah, the farmer.
But he was going to return that money, but he says. And then the guy blew him some shit, so he says, "Forget it, I'm going to keep it." But I think he's full of shit.
You badmouth me, say kick rocks. So that's why he's doing his channel back then to try and, I don't know the full thing. But anyway, he's in the Philippines at the moment, so that's going to be interesting.
the guy comes over here. I don't know. He's probably
Oh,
in his
who's
40s. I
who's
don't even know.
who's
How
in
old
the
is this
Philippines
guy?
right now?
So this guy's in the 40s,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he comes over there, and he tries a piggery out at the worst possible time COVID hits and fucks all that up. You know. And
Yeah,
So
well,
then
first it was the flu, the pig flu.
Mhm.
yeah. But this was actually before that because he he signed the agreement and everything to pay on a certain date, whatever, and then like another 8 months after that date, he still hadn't paid, and then he went back to him and say, well, what I'm going to give you the value, the pigs I bought off you that I've bred, I'm going to give you the babies back in value as payment for the thing, and that wasn't. And in the end, they had a blue, and he said we'll kick rocks too. So it's a recurring pattern. So he decided he would. You know, make the channel and try and.
what's the name of that guy's channel? Brian. His name's Brian. I know. I think that.
But anyway, they released a video this morning. He was at that other guy in Mindanao's house.
He knocked up two ladies at one time, and one just took the kid and split.
Yeah.
Are you saying that the Aussie guy is in the Philippines now?
Well, you know the other guy in Mindanao, William. He released a video
William.
early this morning, and surprise guest at the end of it was him at his house having Friday night pizza. So,
I don't know a William in Mindanao. I guess I've never seen that channel.
Me either.
no,
What's the name of that guy's channel, Craig?
he's an Aussie farming in the Philippines. An Aussie in the hang on, I don't know. Something.
Oh, he was gonna kill himself.
And his wife's name is Chick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
An Aussie farming in the Philippines. Yeah.
or an Aussie in the Philippines or something. I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
Oh, so he's down at his place. He must live down by Davao, I think.
Yeah, Mindanao somewhere.
It
Yeah.
ain't that guy that tried to kill himself, is it?
No.
I don't know.
Well, that's one of them. He's the pig farmer, right?
So you said he just put a video out recently?
Yeah, like in the last 6 or 7 hours or something.
Oh, really? Okay, I got to go see that Aussie farming in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's like
He's pretty funny. I like just the way he talks and his humor. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, it's. But anyway, it's you know it's better than any drama on TV.
Yeah.
Instead of K drama, it's an A drama, right? Australia drama versus Korean drama.
It's like schoolyard kids back and forth. You know.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it sometimes.
I've avoided all of that shit really, and all I talk to is pretty much right here. You know, that's it.
It's because
That's
you're
all I need. That's all I
Tony
need.
he leads a sheltered life.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you never win in all that drama shit. You never win. Everyone loses.
You don't.
I just like to see somebody's. I like to see somebody's face the day somebody shows up after talking so much shit, and they're about to get a fish sandwich, man.
Well, the thing, I think his point of going there was, I don't know how long ago, but a while ago, the other one in Bahal put out a video saying, I've made a phone call and I'll know as soon as he's landed, he's going to be blacklisted, he's going to be put to jail, blah, 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 blah. So I think the point of going was to prove who was telling the truth and who wasn't.
And aren't they trying to sue each other? They're going to sue for defamation or slander.
Yeah.
Good luck. So
Well,
YouTube is a liberal when they feel like being liberal.
27,000 pesos, what's that? 800 Australian bucks or something. Why would you fucking bother?
Hey, I called one of my friends from America.
That's it. But
He's Mexican American, and my sister went to school with him. I worked with him for a long time, and I call him. We were jawing back and forth because he's always having a laugh. We're always having laughs, and I said, "Okay, El Chapo," and Guzman, and I get this Facebook notice that, but I've been suspended for a month because I said El Chapo.
Very good.
I didn't say Guzman. I just said El Chapo. I'm like, fuck it. Come on, man.
It's getting out of control. Mate, that's even on Land's channel, we're just not doing stuff all
Hey.
out.
Hey,
You make a video, or you say something, and 2 of the last 5 videos have come back as hate speech, and it's just your fucking opinion, you know. So you can't really have an opinion outside of anything anymore.
You can't.
It's getting ridiculous.
it might offend somebody. That's why I said it'd be funny with the dogs if David brought him in, and he had a live wire feed there, and his dogs got called some names, and then he would sue them, the vet, because his dogs are depressed over being
That's
called
right. My dog is
bitches. Call them bitches or something.
He said
You know
they
what?
could fat. My vet said that they could lose some weight. I'm all upset now.
Didn't
I'll
that
think
boy-
of it. But thinking of the dogs, I'm thinking of Lorelai, who's not a
But
dog live.
It's
She's
coming,
good.
man. It's coming.
Lorelai's been doing a whole bunch of Facebook reels about the dogs. So if you want, go to our thingy and look at Lorelai's stuff and make her happy.
You know the scariest thing about YouTube now is since they brought in the Shorts agreement, and if you sign that agreement, that gives them a new terms of service right to if a video that you've already created income off, if they now deem it's they monetize it, they stop, then they have the right to either charge back the income you've created on that, or if you haven't got it, then
Take it off.
take it off your
August
future
15th,
income.
16th. Is that in Bonga? Is that a Bonga festival?
Well, I told somebody the other day, I think Elon Musk needs to buy Facebook and YouTube so he can run them like Twitter and truly turn them into free speech.
Yeah, because it's just totally outrageous. Say even 5 years ago, say your one and only big video made $5,000 or something.
Something like that.
And now because you signed the new agreement, it doesn't fit the criteria.
Yep.
Well, they want the $5,000 back, or they're going to take it off your next 6 or 10 months future earnings. So you work for the next year.
Some money there, but don't tell her. What the hell is that?
It's outrageous.
That's right. That's why we need Elon Musk to run the world.
You go make an account with Western
You
Union.
just say fuck it and don't bother.
That's it. That's kind of what we're at. We just got to do our thing, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Send whatever you want.
Yeah, I noticed you haven't been doing your live streams on.
Here, you talk. No, don't tell them it's you, but just you look at it.
No,
Let's
I've been really tired, but we've been really busy with the warm weather hitting. It's summertime now. So during the warm weather, we're not in the house as much.
She has to have an exact
Tonight, I
name.
wasn't going to be here except for it's cold and rainy today, so we're back to the house.
She won't get
But
the name.
we try to get outside and do things in the warm weather.
Right.
So I usually
$50. That'd be enough,
I'm
man.
planning on doing live stream like maybe on Saturday morning when I wake up for about an hour. But I
Peso's
just-
54-1 right now.
You know, sometimes you get kind of burned out doing live streams.
54-1.
Doing your watches at the moment.
Yeah, watching some other videos, some other stuff.
I don't want it sent to me.
Just, there's more to life than YouTube.
Tony, send it to me.
My friend wants to send my sister-in-law some. There's a festival going on in the province, Bonga, and he wants to send her some money. How much you think she'd need? I'm like, it's a freaking the
Something with a
festival.
lot of zeros behind it.
Yeah, he says, you think $50 would be okay? And I'm like, well, it's 54-1. You do the math, man. He wants to send it to me. I'm like, I ain't getting involved in it.
Bid
Oh,
him up
man.
a little more.
That's right, maybe $200 and take your cut and send her the 50.
Yeah, 250 would be.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna tell him. Wait.
Yeah, tell him. Did you say 250?
Wait. You send her 50. You send me 150, and I'll pick it up.
There you go.
There you go.
Now,
That's
why is he wanting to send her money? Is he kind of sweet on her? Is he
Yeah,
hoping to get that love connection?
Yeah. He's Mr. Hornet now. He hasn't had a woman in 3-4 years.
A picture of her.
He says, "Look at that! Look at his response."
I can't say
Oh,
that.
hey,
Yeah,
Just want you fuck.
he must be your friend.
I want to send my doggy.
Well,
my dog.
well, I got his her little boys. What RJ's like 3 or 4. I got him call. I got the kid calling him Papa G.
Oh my God.
I'll
Daisy-
pay for your bike cart ride. 18 cents to ride a trike here. Just send her 50, man. What do you want me to say about it? It's a freaking festival.
Tony, tell him my doggy needs money.
People there don't even have that.
My doggy's.
Tell him if he does, it'll be gone by the next morning anyway.
Yeah, man.
My
I
doggy
want it to be
needs-
I want it to be a surprise. He says.
Everybody give my doggy money.
Wait a minute, man. Let me see. Wait.
Say, "Woof,
You got him. Look at she's going that stupid.
give me money."
Yeah, look at this idiot owner I've got.
Yeah, look at this guy trying to
It
make
look-
dogs.
He doesn't look too enthused about it.
Yeah.
Give me money. I'm me begging. Give me money. Ooh. All right, whatever.
Well, there you go, man. Make up an account. Ask her what she has on her ID, because the name has to match the ID. If her name's Christine J,
Exactly. Yeah.
and that,
Here, I'll send you my name. He can send it to me.
Yeah, we'll give them all our names.
that is what her.
Tell them to split it up, $12.50 a piece.
And I'll send it to the Philippines when I get time. So, yeah.
No, I ain't got. I don't have PayPal because scammers mess with PayPal quite a bit. So do a little legwork here. Go down to Western Union, set up a thing, find out what her name is on her ID, because you have to be exact.
Is
Is
he
he
not
watching you right now?
No,
going to be a surprise?
Tell him to get on and watch you. Come up on a panel.
Yeah.
We'll talk some sense into him.
Yeah.
it's too complicated for him. I told him that I was on YouTube to set up an account, but surprise her. Give me a break. Who wouldn't? He's gonna send her $50. He wants it to be a surprise. What the fuck is that?
You can't.
No, he sends her a freaking dildo. That'll be a surprise.
So what method is he going to use to send it?
He's telling me he wants to send it to me, Western Union. I said, send it, make an account up and send it to her yourself.
Yeah, send it directly to
Or
her.
make a
I don't
Zoom
want-
account, XOOM.
I don't care. Hey,
That costs $2.99 to send money.
I don't want nothing. When them two exchange shit, I don't want to be a part of it, man.
Oh, I'm with you. You want to keep clean hands and not stick them in-
You're already in it now. You're the matchmaker.
He said, okay, when it gets a little closer, I'll do that. They got Western Union. Of course they do, man.
You just need some hand holding.
Jesus. He's 2 years older than me.
Have they been speaking on video chats or anything?
Like mad.
Maybe they use it
How's
by their
her
time.
English?
Because it's okay. The comprehension is the issue. I just said I said to her, how would you like? I said, say you marry a guy here, right? And he's 35 like she is. He's got a kid. What kind of life are you gonna have? Because your looks is gonna go away. Just about everybody's going away.
Don't lose your talents, though.
But his
So-
is probably already gone, right?
So, well, yeah, Gilbert, yeah, but I said, look, this dude's Gilbert's 64. I said, 10, 15 years, who knows, man? I said, she asked me what I got on my pensions. I said, I don't discuss that,
Good answer.
because you're gonna tell the whole fucking family like a goddamn,
Yeah, good answer.
like Rona Barrett. So anyway, he can do that shit himself. I'm not. I said,
Gilbert,
when
is this a guy that's just living on Social Security or what?
no. He worked where I was. He was a bus driver for 25 years. He worked where I was.
Okay.
He went to school with my older sister. I've known him
Why doesn't he catch a plane, man? I mean, if
Well,
you if you're gonna
he's
do
gonna,
it, you need
he's
to do it.
gonna,
You can't just
he's
sit
gotta
there.
get all that shit. I told him he had to make out that what do they call it now? E-travel. Want your name and whether you've been vaccinated and all that shit. I said you got to do that. Like they allow you to do that 4 days before you leave.
Yeah, that's easy peasy, man. But if you're gonna be involved, you need to get on a plane and do
No,
it.
They still want that stuff.
well, they just started talking a week ago, man. So,
And he's already sending her money.
mhm. I got nothing. I told him right off the bat. I said, hey, I got a sister-in-law here, and I got them. Getting to talk to each other. I said, that's it for me. I
But
ain't got nothing more.
she has a child, huh?
Yeah, he's a cute little
But
guy.
she's not married. Never been.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Kid's a fun. Kid's a lot of fun. He's a good kid. I got him calling him Papa Gilbert, Papa G.
Oh wow.
You're horrible,
Papa G.
man.
I say whenever I see him, I say, RJ, how's Papa G?
That's horrible.
Nah, it ain't.
So her
'Cause
English isn't great, huh?
It's okay. It's just a comprehension level. But his sense of humor is just like hers. They pick on anything and everything.
So it's kind of like you calling him Papa G Cash.
Yeah, well, that's coming. That's a good one there. I might change that one. Man. Give me some water.
Papa
Mike,
G Cash.
I might change that now.
You know,
Yeah.
call him Papa G. That's funny.
But I'm not. Ooh.
Hey, has anybody heard from Ronald? Is he still in the Philippines or?
Yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah,
here.
he's doing good. He's loving life.
Yeah, I haven't heard. No, I
He's
knew that.
living with Will,
Okay.
and I think in December Gareth is going over there, and they're going to all three live together.
Wow.
They're going to rent out a place, I think.
Get hurt.
Yeah.
But Ronald, I think he's just doing 2 months there, and then he's
Yes.
coming back to clean up everything in Washington, get rid of his vehicle and his
Yeah, he's
apartment, and he's going to venture back.
well. You
He's
know
got-
what?
He's got some medical appointments too. So,
I've seen him, and he's the happiest I've ever seen him looking. You know.
How's Gary?
So,
You back talking to Gary? Is he still in the basement, or did he catch a plane yet?
no,
Once in a week.
Gary's still where he always is.
Yeah, he's he says October this year, but one thing about him, I know it's a ton of work to get a YouTube with the watch hours and all that other shit, but it makes him it gives him a sense of purpose. So he's
Good.
he's a happy camper.
That's all that matters. YouTube isn't made for money. It's made to keep yourself in.
Ah, the dude is you can
It's,
tell
it's made to make YouTube money.
That's
what it's
correct.
made for.
you can tell by looking at him how he talks and he's happier.
That's good, man. Everybody needs to find their own happiness.
Yeah, he doesn't have too many. He doesn't have too many dodo questions anymore. Just a few, you know. That can be pretty funny sometimes. I think we've all gotten used to it though. So
Oh, Gary's a great guy. Ronald's a great
Yeah.
guy. As long as they
Yeah.
can find their own internal happiness, that's all that matters.
yeah, I just think this. It's probably just horse shit, but you're gonna come here and meet. They'll meet you, man. You don't got to worry about that part. You trying to set something up where you're gonna give them your money and don't even know them. They can't be doing that. He's not living with the girl. No, I don't know what the hell he's living with. He lives in a room of Vietnamese people.
You need to tell
Nah.
your sister-in-law that she needs to take that course to how to get the most out of your LDR.
Yeah. I told her. I said, where do you want to? I said, where do you want to be in 30 years? Right? Do you want to be You want to be at the market, hoping you make some money every day, or how does getting 80,000 peso a month seem to you? You think that you like that?
Who did you ask that question to?
Sister-in-law.
In 30 years?
I said, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be when you get older? You know, it ain't like where we're from. It's different here. So yours.
80,000? Is that all?
I'm just saying.
80,000.
Like Ronald's not living with a chick, is what you're
No, he
saying.
moved out. He got rid of her. I don't know if she wasn't receptive to him or what the deal was. I never asked, but
Yeah, it didn't work out. 3 days and it was over. So
yeah,
moved.
yeah.
He's moved on.
At least he
Yeah, I
found
don't think
out in
no
3 days
no spooning or nothing like that.
instead of a week or 2 months or a year, you know.
Unfortunately, he paid 3 years for it, but
Well, yeah.
Could be worse. He could be married
water
to
under
her.
the dam. Yeah.
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 That's all. Yeah, he's like I said, he's the happiest I've ever seen him. And he's you can tell, you see it. You know, like Craig, when you say it, with me,
And
I can.
he's not really gotten out that much. Wait till he gets out more.
No,
He'll
he's
really
been
enjoy
with
it.
Daryl and Will. So,
Hmm.
but when he comes back, he said he's going to be staying with Will for at least a while, anyways.
So he's living up the bachelor's life and having a good time while he's doing it. So that's all right.
Well, I told him.
Is that-
I told him a long time ago. I said, because he said, "Oh, he doesn't want to be alone when when he dies." I said, "We got friends over here, man.
You all
You,
die
it, does,
alone, buddy.
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the woman. You got you. I told him you got Daryl up there. You got what's his name. You got me there. You know. So and
Yeah.
Michael. So
I wish I would have had that when I went over there.
yeah.
What the hell are
It's
those
pretty.
rats in the background?
That takes a little
6 foot rats.
Tell you what,
wonder
those rats can jump pretty high.
stress off you.
Those are
Yeah,
some
they can mess you up too, man. I saw this lady in Memphis way back in the '90s when I was there with the ex-wife, and she said those things. I said, because everybody thinks you're so cute, and she said she's seen a man get freaking open from his throat all the way down to his abdomen. He
They're
tore
nothing
open.
but pure muscle. They're kind of
What
like
were you doing? Hey,
muscle.
what were you doing in Memphis with an ex-wife?
We were we went to see Graceland, so
Oh, Grayson.
I've been there twice now. But,
Whose ex-wife was it?
huh?
Nothing, Tony. You're not kidding.
Number 2, man. I don't
Did
know.
it.
Does it matter?
Behind door number 2.
Yeah. But anyway, that lady, her husband, she's got a stepson going to Pepperdine. That's expensive college, and she was kind of funny. She has these twin brothers that have 2 totally different ways of looking at stuff. One negative, one positive. I said I like the negative one, but well, the realist. You see what not a pessimist, She said you should have saw the look on the guy's face at the car rental when she went to get in the car on the right side to drive it, because she got on the opposite side of the car.
Where's the bloody steering wheel?
Yeah, she said the guy looked at her like, "What the hell's wrong with this woman?" But
Hey, I had to drive that way for 4 years when I lived in Japan.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Was it hard getting used to?
Yeah, hard.
At first, well, I was there 2 days and I picked up a used car, a Toyota Celica Camry, it was called, and it was a 5-speed manual. So not only did I have to learn to drive on the wrong side, I had to shift with my left hand.
I can't do that, man. Oh,
which
my
was
God.
a real. You really have to think. Normally once you start driving, you kind of take it for granted and you have natural reflexes, right? But you really have to think about driving once everything's 180 degrees out.
So he's
Yeah,
gonna
that would be a trick, wouldn't it?
closer to that.
Craig, did they have those in Australia? Did they have Toyota
50
Celica
bucks, Mike.
Camrys?
Make food to go in each other's houses. You don't
Yeah.
need to
You call them Selekas,
think
yeah.
about
Oh,
games.
okay. Yeah, this was like an
Yeah.
80,
Yeah,
84,
84.
86.
But they had the
I'm
Celica, and then they had the Supra, like the upgraded one.
Right. I didn't have a Super. I just had a Celica Camry.
They're worth a fortune now. If you've got one in
Started-
you can
I got him
like
talking.
I'm talking 60
I don't want to be
grand.
no in between person.
I also had what was called a Mitsubishi Mini car, which had 10-inch wheels, real tiny. Yeah, it was like on your riding mower. Your riding mower had bigger tires than that car did. You know,
I don't think we had that here.
it was a 3-cylinder, and man, if you were going uphill with the air conditioning on, you had no power to get up that hill. You almost had to do the Fred Flintstone thing and put your feet down off the bottom.
Oh God! Let me tell you a funny drunk story. Let me tell you a funny drunk story. When I was in high school. You got to remember, I looked like this in high school. So when I was in high school, a buddy and I, James,
You had the gray hair?
What?
You said you look like this.
I got no damn gray hair.
No hair.
My buddy and I, who we played football together, we went to a party out the lake. We kind of had too much to drink. We kind of got lost. We kind of wound up being totally lost.
You kind of effed up, man.
Yeah, we were walking back into town, or at least, and we come across this really old station wagon with these two old drunk guys driving it. We thought, oh, this is great. We're going to get right into town. These old drunk guys drinking Milwaukee's best and driving this
Skinfighter.
and every hill that we started to go up, we had to get out and help them push this damn car up the hill because they didn't have enough power to go up a damn hill. Man, drinking.
I saw
But
this
see, you remember that.
comparison.
Oh, I remember it.
I saw this comparison to little small cars the other day, and the Nissan one had a turbo. It was a 1 liter 3-cylinder, had a turbocharger, and it got up the steep hills just fine. But the thing about turbos are that they push a lot of air in there. They shorten an engine's life. That's what they do. So there's over here they're selling one and a. They tried this. Ford tried this 1.5 liters without a turbo. It's junk. 2's as small as you can go. I had a 2 in a Ford Fusion that hauled ass like a V8. But 1.5 is not enough. I don't care how.
Especially if you live in a hilly area.
You want some of this?
Well, they're selling these engines inside like a Rush, like a 7-passenger vehicle. I mean, come on, man. You think that thing's gonna pull 1,000 pounds of people? Just say everybody's 200 pounds. Come on, man. That's asking a bit much. And believe me, they leased a lot of those freaking 1.5s. They had a shitload of them sitting on the lot, man. I test drove one once with and all I could think of is, it ain't gonna be long before this is a piece of shit.
So hey,
Because
Tony, who's cutting your grass back at your house?
So
I don't know.
Don't know. Don't care.
Don't care. No.
Here's the funny side of this story about us pushing these old men up this damn hill. The next day, we went looking for my buddy's car, and we got another buddy to take us back out to the mountain lake area where we thought the party was. We couldn't find his car anywhere. And we're in this valley. And I remember this is the Ozarks, and we're out at the lake. And we can't find where his car disappeared to. And I glance up, and up there on the bluff is where his car is. We have no clue how this big old Monte Carlo looking car of his got on the side of a bluff getting ready to fall off into the lake.
Oh man, how'd you get it down? Drive
Tow
it back
truck.
there. Tow truck.
$500, and a couple of tow trucks got it, out
Wow.
the back way.
That's a
So,
lot of money for two young
it really,
kids.
yeah,
There's no
especially
money.
for that old piece of crap a car it is. We
Got
better
a
just
little weed
shut.
with you, smoke a doobie while you're waiting.
So what kind of car were these two guys driving that you had to
It
push?
was an old Ford station wagon, a really old.
Galaxy 500.
Yeah, great big heavy sucker that would go.
Yeah.
They had a 390
Well,
in it, maybe.
he had a carburation problem. He didn't have a power problem.
Oh,
Oh,
His,
yes.
his fuel wasn't getting to the engine.
could have been 390 or two.
Well, we literally had to get out, open the doors, and help push it up the hills.
Jeez.
Well, these
They
old
have
guys
been-
drinking old Milwaukee Best, having the time of their life, driving the backcountry roads. Woo!
I was going to say, speaking of fuel, our fuel over here has dropped from $1.81 a litre down to $1.48 a week.
Wow.
In 1
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
How far to
Why
drop?
is that?
I don't know. It was summer's still $1.65, but there's
They
still
got They got a surplus, man. They
You
jack
get
it up
your,
and
you
people
get your oil from Russia?
they
I don't know, but it's
they
good.
jack
'cause
it up. They jack it up.
I took me
Lay it
about
on, leave it.
I run that on 98 octane, so I was getting the 98 for $1.67,
It's
cheaper than I was. 10 days ago I was paying $2.08 for 98 octane, and now I got it for $1.67.
98 octane? Wow.
Yeah,
What's ours, David? It's usually 87. The
Yes.
cheap
87 is minimum, and then 93 and
87. 93 is like $1 a gallon more.
Yes.
yeah. Our standard is 91. It's
believe me, hey,
I run that car on 98 because
they
Get
they
more fun
say
out of
that they have tests.
and better
It's-
economy too
it's-
on 98 actually.
Right.
They said it's a waste of money to use that stuff, but I know higher the octane, the higher it burns, and the more power you're gonna have.
It still costs
Well,
me
plus
$60.
it's better for the engine. The engine lasts longer
Yeah.
and good stuff.
Well,
And it burns cleaner. It burns off the
Yeah.
impurities, right? Is why it's better.
You got more power too, so
Yeah, but I mean,
you
when
do
it
know.
fires hotter, which means there's not as much impurities left
was
in the
RG.
cylinder chambers and things. If I understand.
We need Clarence to come over
Don't really know, but
so he
You
can
know.
cry.
you do feel the difference between 91 and 98 when you put your foot down.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me tell you, I got a can of that octane booster at 105, and I put it in my Camaro, and it gave it a big kick. So it matters. The thing is that they say that the gas mileage doesn't, but I'm telling you, in all honesty, I had a Mercury Marquis, and I
So
used
it's just like a little
I
thing
did-
of liquid that you add to a full tank
Yeah.
when you fill it up.
yeah. So I did the high octane for a week versus the other one, the low, and I got 4 extra days out of it, driving the same speed, the same distance.
Yeah.
So I don't give a shit what those guys say.
Was
The
that
higher
like a
the
little
octane-
4 or 6 ounce bottle of stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was at one of the auto parts stores.
Yeah.
It
I
says
have to-
105 plus.
Wow.
I put that shit in there, and it works, man. It matters. Huh?
I have to on my old Fairlane. I have to put lead additive in when I put fuel in it because the engine was all based when lead was in the fuel. But
Wow.
you still have to put additive in. But it's on dual fuel, so I don't run on petrol that much. I run on LPG. But
When I was
yeah,
a kid, I thought, what the hell's it different? What the hell's lead mean?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Guys, it's about time for me to get off of here. It's
the
about-
additive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sign off.
Hey,
And
nice seeing everybody again. I know it's been a long
Yeah.
time.
yeah, and
Yep.
hope everybody's doing well. If
But
anybody,
Now I
now
got
you're
my
situated on your laptop.
I'm all good now. I got my now I got my studio set up now. So
is ready to rock and
So
roll.
when are you going to go to evenings?
probably next week.
Okay.
Well, Craig be on my time, right? You're 2 hours ahead, or
That would be Friday
Yeah,
morning my
2 hours
time.
ahead. So it's like 11, nearly 12 o'clock here.
I could do Friday night here. Be about Kiko 7 or 8. So with David.
Well, Tony, whatever hour it is, it's exactly the same for me here, except in the morning. So if you do it 7, it's 7 in the morning for me. If you do it at 8, it's 8. So
Yeah, it's 12 hours, right?
and
13.
Craig is 2 hours ahead of you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll,
Craig should
I'll
be.
make.
You're almost noon right now, correct, Craig?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
55 here.
I'll
That's
I'll
10.
shoot for 8 p.m. my time here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if I remember it Friday morning,
If you
That,
remember it, you got to click on that bell. You know when the live streams come up.
Friday
that's
morning.
Friday
okay.
night
Good.
your time, Tony. 8 p.m. Friday night.
What's that? 8 p.m. around there, yeah.
Right,
All
like
right,
Friday
gentlemen.
night.
Take
Well,
care.
for him it'd be 10.
What for me? You mean 10? Be 10 for you,
No, for
Craig?
Craig it'll be 10 p.m. Friday night.
See you, David.
Bye, David.
No,
For
that's all
Craig,
right.
is that too late for you?
No, that's all right. It's not late for me, but footy's
Okay.
on, so it might be half
No,
an
we
hour.
don't. Well, here comes Bud, and we're just about to end here. Hey,
Okay,
Bud, we're
bud.
all right, Craig. Nice seeing you
Hey,
again.
Bud.
Nice
How are you, Bud?
Hey, bud.
I'm doing great. How you gentlemen, my brothers,
But
doing?
we're getting off here right now.
Oh, okay. I was letting my phone charge.
So, Bud, next week, what's your time there, Fico?
I'm the exact same as you, Tony. It's
Okay.
9:56,
All
but
right.
it's
Well,
at night. It's not morning.
next week I'll be doing 8 p.m. from Philippines, which will be 8 a.m. by you.
Yeah. Are you on Eastern time, Bud, or Central
Yeah,
time?
yeah, he's in
I'm
Eastern.
same as you, brother.
Okay, so it would be 8 in the morning, Friday morning,
Okay.
is when he's going to be on.
Yeah. Well, 8 o'clock at night though for me and Craig, or
Right.
whatever. All right. Well,
I
Bud, stop by next week.
What time did you say?
Kiko, tell him.
8 a.m. Friday morning.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been meaning to text you, Tony, and see how
Yeah.
things going and
You,
how
All
the
right.
family.
you're
You've been okay, Bud?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got
good.
my truck the other day, and I've used that booster in my that you was talking about earlier, Tony,
yeah.
in my Chevelle, and that did make a big difference.
Oh, yeah, man.
And I've
And
used
I'm sorry it goes away so fast too, because you know you get a bunch of horses in one little container. But
I I've used I've used racing fuel also. You know, it was more expensive, and I had to drive down to the next
hmm.
county to get it. Uh, Only certain stores sell it.
we'll be here next Friday, 8 a.m. your time, Bud. I believe.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I
All
I've
right.
been out in
You
the
fellas take
gardens.
care.
Hey,
Yeah.
you
See
have
you
a
again,
great
Craig and
one,
Bud.
Yeah,
brother
see you,
Kiko.
Kiko. See you, bud. See you,
Hey,
All
Tony.
right.
See
Good
you,
you
night.
back.
have a great
I
one,
missed
Okay.
you.
Tony. Viking, if you're still got yours on, it's great to see you, brother.
Yeah, he'll be by next week too. But
Uh,
anyway,
tell
we've been on here
tell your
for over.
family I said hello. Give them a hug from me, Tony.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Hey, Bud, we'll see you next week then. If you ain't, you're an early bird riser anyway, right?
yeah. I've had my nights and days mixed. I've been trout fishing and working in the garden, and today all I did was on the phone for hours, and then I had to go to a couple of different stores for certain things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
all.
gentlemen. We'll see you next week then.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you.
See you, Bud.
Everyone have a great one.
See you,
You
bud.
too, man. Stop by
See you.
next week, next Friday, or is it Saturday morning? No, my Friday night would be,
Friday morning.
huh?
It'll be Friday morning in the States because they're behind.
Well, I gotta do Saturday at night then, don't I? For America to be on Friday night or Friday morning.
No, Friday night will be Friday morning. 12 hours behind you.
Well, I'm just second guessing my day to start evening.
Yeah,
If I start Friday evening, it'll be
Friday morning.
morning in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it Friday night, like around 8 p.m.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
See ya.
Right.
Enjoy your week.
Yeah, you too. See you next week, bud. Stop by next week.
all right, brother. You have a good
All
one.
right. You too. Thank you.